Hello and welcome, seekers of wealth, freedom, and spiritual growth. If you've ever felt that true wealth and freedom were just out of reach, like there was an unseen force holding you back, take a moment to set aside any doubts. What you're about to discover could change how you attract prosperity and success forever. Today, we won't be covering just any manifestation technique. Instead, we'll dive into a unique practice rooted in the powerful, spiritually profound Aramaic language. This ancient tongue holds deep vibrational energy that can align your inner self with the abundance of the universe. Imagine yourself tuning into a frequency that effortlessly brings wealth and opportunity your way. Sounds fascinating? Keep watching. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to incorporate a transformative Aramaic word into your daily practice, helping you shift your vibrational frequency and open new doors to prosperity. Before we go further, if you find this content valuable, please subscribe to Fortune Flow, like, and share this video. Your support helps build a community focused on abundance and positivity. I also invite you to engage with this powerful affirmation. I am ready to receive all the abundance the universe has to offer. Saying and typing these words marks the start of aligning your energy to positive change. With your energy in place, let's dive deeper into why the ancient Aramaic language carries such transformative power, and how it can help you create the prosperity you seek. Are you ready? Let's begin. Aramaic, one of the world's oldest languages, holds a uniquely significant place in human history. Widely spoken throughout the Middle East during the time of Jesus, it served as a powerful conduit for the transmission of spiritual teachings. Many believe this sacred tongue was chosen not by chance, but for its extraordinary vibrational potency, resonating deeply with the energies that flow throughout the universe. But what makes Aramaic so relevant to our journey of manifestation and abundance today? Why should we, in our quest for prosperity, look back to this ancient language? According to spiritual scholars and energy practitioners, Aramaic transcends its historical roots. It acts as a vessel of profound spiritual energy. Every word in this language carries a unique vibrational frequency with the ability to influence both the spiritual and physical realms. This is not by accident. It is a manifestation of sacred design. Each utterance vibrates at a frequency that can interact with universal energies, shaping and transforming the reality we perceive and experience. Think of it this way. When you speak an Aramaic word, you are not simply making a sound. You are generating a wave of energy that ripples through the fabric of existence. These words are often described as keys, tools that can unlock access to higher frequencies of vibration. This alignment has the potential to draw in prosperity, abundance, and spiritual harmony in a way that modern languages often struggle to achieve. Unlike contemporary tongues, which can feel devoid of spiritual resonance, the words of Aramaic are imbued with intentionality and sacredness, making them deeply effective for spiritual growth and manifestation. This vibrational potency, rooted in centuries of spiritual practice and belief, gives Aramaic words the power to create tangible shifts in the physical world. When used with intention, these words can open pathways to greater manifestations, attuning your personal energy to the rhythms of universal abundance. It goes beyond simply speaking. It involves channeling and aligning with transformative forces that reach beyond our everyday limitations. Now that we've uncovered the vibrational potency and spiritual depth of the Aramaic language, let's explore how words, when spoken with intention, interact with vibrations and the law of attraction to shape our reality and draw prosperity closer to us. You've likely heard the phrase, "Words hold power." But what does this truly mean, and how can it transform your life? Across spiritual traditions worldwide, whether Eastern philosophies or Western mysticism, words are seen as far more than simple sounds. They are carriers of vibrational energy capable of shaping events, influencing perceptions, and transforming reality itself. At the heart of this concept is the law of attraction, which holds that our thoughts, emotions, and words vibrate at specific frequencies. When we speak, we generate waves of energy that ripple throughout the universe, altering not just the world around us, but also our inner state. To attract wealth and abundance, it is essential that our words vibrate in harmony with the frequency of prosperity. This is where choosing specific words, especially those rooted in ancient, spiritually potent languages like Aramaic, can make a powerful difference. Consider these words as frequency tuners that, when spoken with genuine intention, fine-tune your vibrational alignment to match the natural flow of abundance and prosperity. Aramaic words, with their deep spiritual resonance, can amplify your energy and connect you to the universal rhythms of wealth and success. However, this is not just about reciting words. To fully tap into their potential, they must be spoken with mindful intent, supported by aligned thoughts and emotions. Visualize your words as seeds planted in the fertile ground of your consciousness. If you water these seeds with doubt or fear, they may struggle to grow. But if you nurture them with hope, gratitude, and focused intention, they will flourish and draw abundance into your life. Start by becoming mindful of the language you use to describe your financial situation. Replace phrases of scarcity and limitation, like "I can't afford this," or "I'm always broke," with empowering affirmations such as "I am open to new opportunities for wealth," or "I attract financial abundance effortlessly." While this change may appear minor, it sends energy waves into the universe, reshaping your interactions, mindset, and the outcomes you experience. The Aramaic words you speak can act as a tuning fork, aligning your energy with the frequencies of wealth and success. Speak these words with intention, feeling their resonance within you, and let their vibrations influence your mindset and interactions. This goes beyond mere repetition. It is a transformative practice that shifts your relationship with the universe itself. With a deeper appreciation for the vibrational power of words, let's prepare your mental and emotional state for the journey ahead. To fully harness the power of Aramaic words, your mind and emotions must be aligned and open to receiving the flow of abundance. To fully unlock the power of the Aramaic word we're about to explore, you need a focused mental and emotional state. This isn't passive. It requires clear intention and a genuine readiness to align with abundance. Think of it as preparing fertile soil for seeds of prosperity, removing the weeds of doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs that block your growth. Find a quiet spot, whether indoors or outdoors, where you can focus. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and release any tension. Cultivating inner calm is just as important as creating a peaceful environment around you. Now visualize a life where all your financial needs are met effortlessly. Imagine yourself thriving, free of worry. Feel the joy, relief, and gratitude as if it's happening now. This is more than a dream. It's about aligning your energy with abundance. When paired with the Aramaic word, this state amplifies manifestation. It's not about rote repetition. It's about aligning your intention and emotion with your words. The deeper the connection, the more powerful the transformation. Start your day by visualizing an abundant life while repeating the Aramaic word, Note down 3 things you're grateful for daily. Gratitude lifts your vibration. Affirm with conviction, I am a magnet for wealth. Feel it resonate within you. Consistency builds the bridge to your desired life. With your energy aligned, let's explore the Aramaic word that can tune you into prosperity. Are you ready? Let's continue. We've reached a pivotal point in our journey, unveiling the Aramaic word shlama. Commonly translated as peace, it signifies profound harmony with the universe and an alignment with abundance. When spoken, shlama is more than inner calm. It signals your openness to prosperity. Use shlama with intention and presence. It bridges your current reality with the life of wealth you seek. Speak it sincerely, feeling its energy resonate within, radiating outward to connect with universal flow. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. As you say shlama, visualize your goals manifesting. Feel abundance flow and embrace it. Repeat shlama before sleep to embed intentions into your subconscious, deepening its impact overnight. Write shlama on paper and place it under your pillow, aligning energy during rest. Consistency is key. Speak it with genuine connection, and it transforms from mere sound to a vibrational bridge to abundance. Incorporating shlama marks a profound step toward manifesting your desires. Consistency and connection are essential. Next, we'll explore how to enhance this practice and deepen your connection with your intentions. As we wrap up this transformative journey, I encourage you to consistently practice shlama for at least 21 days. Make it a part of your daily routine and observe how opportunities for wealth and abundance start to manifest, often in ways you never imagined. True change begins within, and by dedicating yourself to this practice, you initiate a powerful shift in your reality. I warmly invite you to share your experiences, insights, and breakthroughs in the comments. Join the Fortune Flow community, a supportive network of individuals striving for spiritual and material abundance. Your journey can inspire and uplift others, creating a ripple effect of positivity and transformation. If you haven't yet, please take a moment to subscribe to Fortune Flow, like this video, and share it with others who might benefit from this empowering message. Together, we are building a network of gratitude, prosperity, and collective energy, strengthened by every interaction. Before we part, let's affirm together. I am in perfect harmony with the flow of the universe's abundance. Feel these words resonate within, aligning you with the energy of wealth and prosperity. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey. Remember, the universe is always listening. Every thought, every word, every intention shapes your destiny. May the practice of shlama bring you peace, abundance, and the wealth you seek. Stay tuned for more insights and tools to illuminate your path to prosperity. Until next time, I send you waves of positive energy, blessings, and encouragement. Keep believing, keep manifesting, and keep flowing with fortune. See you soon.